Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back to A Level of True Crime. We're on our third live of three today. So the first live, we went into detail and all the updated information that I could muster up there for Nolan Wells. He was 18. He was on 4th of July holiday, and he went with some friends, and they ended up finding his body. And now there's so many questions. His phone was not just returned by his friends. The family tracked the phone to the friends. A lot of suspicion here. And so I'm gonna ask you to go back and watch. What you doing, Lucky? I have my little puppy over here. It's your baby. I'm gonna ask you to go watch the first live so that you can get caught up on the case if you're not familiar with Nolan Wells' story. It is viral right now, and it caught my attention because Jennyville is like, look at this case, and I did. And as I was working in the case, new information was popping out. So now I'm going to hand it over to you guys. Now, our second live of three was me just pulling cards to see what was suggested that actually happened with Nolan. And what the cards suggested is that he was on land, desert, land, not necessarily desert, but land, not water. That he was at a house, even in a backyard, and that there was a female as a third party involved. There was also somebody related to a very young man that was with him, as well as it does show the emperor, which can mean a judge. Just interesting. Now we're about to hand it over to you guys because you asked the best questions. Now, you don't need to be spending any money to jump into the live today to ask the questions. We do normally give it for about 10 minutes over to our paid members, private eyes, so that they can ask their questions. But this is a new case, so we open it up, the playing field, to our entire family here of subscribers at 1111. With that being said, I have to give my disclaimers real quick. I'm not a psychic. I do not tell the future. I'm not a medium. I am not a witch. I am a Christian. I believe in Jesus. Jesus guides me. He is my savior. And I communicate with God, which I hope we all do. And that's where I only allow the source of information to come from. That being said, let's get over here and see what we've got going on. Hey, Carla, good to see you. Let me put it on live chat, not top. That way I can see all the people. Okay, there's a lot here, so I'll grab some. And remember, I can't answer everybody's questions. I wish I could. So we've got Smudger J Girl in the house, Carla Burgeon. Good to see you, Ruff and Ripper, Pebbles Love. Good to see you, J Girl. Welcome into my replay crew. You guys are all amazing, and I am so thankful for you. Lisbon's in the house. Good to see you. All right. Hey, June. Let's see, where can I find my first question? We will give it to Smudger, who happens to be a private eye at the time. So we have private eyes here on 1111 True Crime. Rather than armchair sleuths, we have undercover True Crime private eyes. Please, you aren't asking a question. Thank you. Can you put a cue? Carla, you're up. Carla Burgeon holds the record for asking the first question of every reading. Question. Did no one drown in the Gulf? Let's jump over and see what we get for an answer. Now, I've pinned the question down here for you so that you can refer back to it. Let's see should I make it bigger? It looks so small. Let me go over. Let's see how I can grab that. Yeah, let's make it just a little bigger so that you guys know what question we're answering, and we'll put it over here. Okay, the question is, did Nolan drown in the Gulf? Did no one drown in the Gulf? All right, did no one drown in the Gulf? Got 1, 2. So right away, I can tell you that this is something that is not saying that he necessarily drowned. It's actually something different than that. This is suggesting that there is somebody that wanted to cut something out. This is a juggler. He's juggling 2 pentacles forever. He's standing on 1 foot. Everything's I mean, look at the water, right? It's very turbulent behind him. And in order for him to find peace, he has to cut something out. So something was cut out, not necessarily physically, but could be emotionally. Somebody removed from the picture, so forth. Could mean physical. We have the past. This is the Wheel of Fortune. This is stemming from a past altercation. Now, the past could have been earlier that night, or it could have been when Nolan was 5. This is his past. I tend to think it's from the same day. Allegedly, according to what we're hearing, there was an altercation that stemmed from earlier in that day. We don't know if that's true, but we do have the past card, the Wheel of Fortune. What tells me that he didn't drown according to the cards is that we have betrayal, and it's secret betrayal. So when you get the card in the upright, this is the 3 of Swords, and it means it's the worst pain in the world. It's somebody that you trusted totally betraying you with another. There are always 3 parties involved in the 3 of Swords. This tells me there were 3 people involved, and it also tells me that this was over jealousy, because the heart is all about love or hate. And we've got swords going through it because somebody was extremely jealous, whether they're jealous of his talent or they're jealous because he's talking to the girl. Somebody is very, very jealous. It came in what we call reverse, which is an upside down card. When you get a reverse meeting, now I read true crime tarot, which is a little bit different than traditional tarot. When it comes in reverse in true crime tarot, it often means secret, kept hidden. And that's what we got in our reading on live 2, was that the high priestess, that there is secrets. All right, so this page is wanting to cut out something from the past of betrayal, and it ends in betrayal. So it would suggest he did not drown. Look, I told you, high priestess, secret, bottom of the deck. There's secrets here. This isn't just a drowning according to the cards. There's betrayal here, secret betrayal. Nobody talking about the true betrayal. It has to do with something that had happened earlier. Like I said, this can be earlier in the same day. This could be earlier in his childhood. We don't know. So we'll continue to ask the questions. We'll put the cards back in the deck and continue on. The answer to Carla's question would be not likely. Okay? Woofin' Ripper, WW question. Was Nolan Wells involved, or let me rephrase that, reread it. Was Nolan Wells intentionally unalive? Good question, you guys. That's why I say you guys always ask the best questions. Now I'll go through, I'll even stay a little longer today because you waited so long to get to this video, this live. I'll answer a few more questions than I normally do. We'll stay a little later. Question: was Nolan Wells intentionally unalived? We have Temperance, Archangel Michael, protector of children. So this is suggesting there was foul play. Why do I say that? All right. So in traditional tarot, we're dealing with Temperance, Sagittarius energy. It has to do with Archangel Michael. When you look at it in the true crime version, this isn't just people having normal lives asking about, do they want to get the new job? This is about a possible crime. This is something that did not mix well. This is the protector, Archangel Michael, of children and innocence. Doesn't come up in my readings unless there was needed protection of an individual. So this would suggest that no one did not have enough protection. So protection from what, right? Let's continue. Was no one intentionally alive? We're going to take that too. All right. So we got somebody all up in their field. This is the King of Cups. This is somebody that appears emotionally stable. However, their water is very turbulent. This is the King of Cups. He's on an island by himself. He doesn't need anybody else. He's got everything he needs, but this person is all in their feels. They're emotional. And they got a drink in their hand, they got a bell, they're entitled. They feel like they need to be waited on. Ring ring, bring me my drink, right? This is somebody feeling entitled or something of that nature. And feeling abandoned, feeling left out by a female. This is jealousy over a female. This is what this means. This is somebody looking over here at this female going, you left me out and dry. You left me high and dry. So is this an intentional unaliving? Well, the answer is that this person, okay, right here, almost felt like they were protective of a female, but they were dropped like hot. Okay, let me just follow up. Let me see this female. The Hierophant. This person has been a part of this female's life for a long time. They may have been broke up because they have a pact between them in the past. All right, that they were together. They were together, and then they got separated. So they either broke up, something, she broke up with him, something like that. And we have this Hierophant. This is saying that they were almost like seen as a serious couple, not just once in a while. This is a serious couple. So he's saying, she left me. She left me. And I'm guessing that we're getting these answers because you're asking, was Nolan Wells intentionally unalived? This is the reason. This isn't saying he was, but this is saying, here's a yes. Yeah. Yeah. Look at this. We've got the victory, attention. This is somebody working hard on getting attention. And so this is suggesting yes. This is suggesting that there was somebody intentionally getting rid of Nolan Wells. Maybe they did not plan on killing him, but there is this jealousy in a sense, like they didn't like he was getting attention. Wow. All right, let me mix it up a little bit here. Just put the cards back in random, wherever that is. And we'll clean out the deck and we'll get more questions. You guys have very good questions. And I see a lot of them. Come on, it's stuck. There is definitely this weird stuck energy around Nolan Wells. All right, let's see what else we have. We're going to go ahead all the way to the bottom. New question was, okay, Julie, was an older man seen in the pool a coach or a teacher? All right, so was the older man that was seen in the pool party a parent, a coach, or a teacher? We have somebody that's almost like family to the homeowner. Maybe they work for him. They may work for the family. Yes, they have something to do with something like that. They're either a teacher, a coach, there's somebody that are involved intimately with this group of teens, and they may even work with the teens or the family. So this is suggesting yes, and there's regret here. Something went wrong. That was a good question. That was a great question. All right, let me go up here. Claudia. Hello, Claudia. Questions. Was Nolan's drink tampered with? Was Nolan Wells' drink tampered with? Hmm. Seven of Cups is usually too many. Okay, we got a lot of cups. You're asking about drink. You're seeing cups, right? Look at this. So this is suggesting that whatever was put in the cup, that nobody noticed the cup. And we are seeing confusing. I'm not seeing tampered with yet, but we still have a card to go. But whatever was in the cup did confuse Nolan. Could have been alcohol, no tampering. But this is suggesting that there was a lot of cups, but that he may have stopped drinking. Like he reached a point and he cut it off. But this is almost suggesting that they wanted him to do more cups. Like this is 7 cups, this is 4, and he's saying, no, I don't want any more. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm done. And this is saying almost like peer pressure. Come on, man. There's 7 cups. Let's do this. Like I'm saying. And then, oh my gosh, it's somebody from his past. Look at this. We got somebody that has known him like long time from high school, somebody that from his past that he knows, and you got all cups. You have got the 4, you've got the 6, and you have the 7. We're only missing the 5th cup, which is regret. This person doesn't seem to have regret. So I can't say that it was tampered with, but there's something here where there was a lot of pressure with cups, and it may have to do with something he ingested. Excellent questions. Keep them coming. Okay, let's go up and see if we have any other questions up here. I like to try to give people that haven't had a chance to ask. Excuse me. Still let me wet my whistle. I'm so noisy when I drink. I sound like a little piggy. Unspoken heart stillness. Hello, love. Was there water in Nolan Wells' lungs? Come on. Ours are so stuck in his case, which means there's so much to come out yet that we don't know. All right. In was there water in Nolan Wells' lungs? Allegedly. So we have the Knight of Cups. We have the 3 of Pentacles. We have the 2 of Pentacles. Hold on, y'all. I didn't have a hold of the cards right. Just dropped them. And then I've got something that hit the floor. All right. So was there water in his lungs? I'm not seeing water. There's no water in any of these pictures except this one, but it's very little water and it's mostly on land. Land, this is a dwelling. There is water back here. It's turbulent, but he's on land. And then we have this person in a nightmare they can't wake up from. So you go from this Knight of Cups, somebody that made an offer with a cup, right? In a sense, it could be to have a few drinks, come out and hang out at our place. And then there's this plan. That's what's interesting here. This is an offer suggesting that there was a blueprint premeditated ahead of time with a plan to cut something out. So this is almost saying, hey, why don't you come back with us to our place? But we're going to cut you out. And it's going to turn into a nightmare that we can never wake up from because shit went even worse. All right. So we're cutting something out. We're making a plan to cut something out. And you could think of it as a nightmare you can't wake up from. Could be when you pass away, you're not going to wake up. Let's go ahead, qualify this plan, clear plan for a new beginning and to get the attention. Somebody wants attention really bad on them. They want the new beginning. They want the attention on them. They did not want the attention going to Nolan. So, was there water in his lungs? I would suggest that there was some sort of a plan on land. I do not see that there is water, a lot of water. Like if we had gotten all cups in that part, in that answer, I would have suspected a lot more that there would be water in the lungs. But everything I got was more about land, tangible land. Now remember, everything is a legend. Okay, you guys, let's see what else we have. Hello, June Coggins. Question, will Jack and Lucky wish you a happy birthday? Oh, let me see. Lucky, come here. Hold on. June Coggins' birthday. Lucky's over here sleeping. Come here, Luck. You can get up or no? Yeah, up? I don't know. He was sleeping. Oh. Say, we wish you a happy birthday. We wish you a happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Thank you, Jim. We love you. Lucky, are you tired? You're just sleeping by mama. Thank you, Lucky. All right, good question. Okay, you guys, let's see what else we have. Pebbles Love says, I hope someone comes up with footage of Nolan Wells with other people on Horton Island. Allegedly, there were 3 boats of friends out there together. I hope so. I hope that we get more info. I do feel it's going to happen. Purple and pigtails looks good on you. Thank you, Riffin River. Thank you, thank you. Was the man older than the kids in the pool party photo, Lisbon? Yes. I can just tell you we don't need to. We don't even pull a card for that. Let's see who has asked a question. Julie, was this over a girl? Was this over a girl, which I suspect? I believe this is over a girl indeed. Let's see, was this over a girl? We'll see what the cards say. Ooh, we got the marriage card, right? Somebody that's made a pact, a pledge. So this is definitely over a pact, an oath, right? And it's between 2 people that had a plan that didn't work out. So a stuck plan. Is it over a girl? Let's see. Whoa, I dropped my phone. Cards went on the floor. Almost bumped my head. Queen of Pentacles. This is long, steady energy. It's landowner. It's definitely a feminine energy, isn't it? This would suggest that there was some plan that didn't work out with a female. This is a pact made with a female. We have somebody that had been together through high school. The couple had known each other forever, right? And it had become the relationship had become a burden. And yeah, she may have seen the entire thing that happened to Nolan, which is 10 swords in the back of betrayal. Wheel of Fortune. It's from the past, something like that. Interesting. So I would suggest that a female is definitely involved, and it would appear that there is some jealousy surrounding a female. Excellent question. Did they bust Nolan's face in? Ooh. All right, Claudia, let's find out. Did they do that to Nolan? Did they bust? I don't even want to say it. Did they harm Nolan's face? I'll say it that way. Get a new perspective. We have the page, so okay. And family. All right. And confusion. So we have family and confusion with work. This is a mystery. On the deck, yes. So if I were to walk this out to try to understand this, it's a very confusing answer. So did they bust him up, right? In the face, right? It's saying that there's some reason we're about to get a new understanding of what took place. We have this page, happy at his family. So this person is a messenger and they were with family. They were at their location. This is their home. This is their love, their life, their family. And something got really, really confusing that was repetitive. It always ends up this way. I don't know what that means. I'm just saying something that's confusing continues and continues. And yes, there was some sort of a stick or a rod or something long that was used. Aces are yes. And it was about lovers. It was jealousy. And that closed the cycle down. And then they created the illusion and abandoned him over this female. All right, so this is getting more and more clear the more I use the cards here for me. I don't know about anybody else. Choose to believe how you like. All right, let's clear that. Let's see who hasn't asked a question. Hi, Charlene. Did one of the parents know what happened to Nolan? Did one of the friends or frenemies parents know the truth of what happened to Nolan Wells? They are confused. So we have a lot of confusion, a lot of different options. Okay, they're working on it. So we have this drug dealer on speed dial, the King of Wands. This is somebody trying to pull a swift one. So there might be some lying to the parents as well. We definitely have this working on it. They're working through it. They're trying to clear up the confusion. So they're not necessarily seeing everything. And there's conflict even amongst them as to what happened because someone's protecting themselves about a fight. There was a fight to the death and they were protecting themselves. So this is almost telling me that this is hard to hold on to. This is not something that the parents fully know the truth on. Good question. Excellent question. I'm learning more with every question that you ask. And I did promise you we would go a little longer today, so we'll take about 3 more questions. Okay, Pebbles Love. Does Javon know more than he is saying? Ooh. Does Javon allegedly know more than he is saying? Remember, everything's alleged. My humble opinion of what the interpretation of the cards is. Does Javon know more than he is saying? Okay. Okay. There's that King of Wands. He could be the Javon Tower in reverse. He definitely knows secrets. The Tower's in reverse. Let's continue. And then I'll walk you through the answer. There's that page with a stinky ass offer. Uh-huh. Queen of Cups. He may have actually seen something. The Devil's out. What else? This is where the story's coming out. There's something about Javon. There's something here. Look at all the story here. Let's try to walk this story out. How much does Javon really know? All right, so, look at that answer. That's crazy, all right? We start off with the Tower. Now, if you're unfamiliar with tarot, when you get the Tower card, this is when something explodes and destroys everything, even the foundation. And you have to start from square one. The Tower often in true crime readings means the main event when somebody passes. Okay, it usually means an unexpected passing. Now, as I explained earlier, when you get the card in the upright, that's what that means, whatever it says. But when you get it in reverse in true crime tarot readings, it means suppressed information. So Jaden knows more about the event of his friend. What's interesting is I have that King of Wands, the person that thinks they're all that, that's very egotistical, and they have the stick, right? We were asking about, did someone harm Jaden's face? We got the Ace of Wands, the stick. Well, now it's clear through the reading that this King of Wands, this drug dealer on speed dial type energy, he's got the salamanders because he's slick. He can't hold on to him. He can't trust what he says. He's always unreliable, but he has a lot of power. Okay. He's facing the Tower. He knows. And so does this page. This page, which is a young one, like Javon, knows about the stinky situation. What he knows is that someone witnessed it and has told him. So we have a witness that has told him that this went down badly. Now, if you get the Lover's card, you can see two individuals that are together, and it looks very similar to the devil. They're chained together because they're in a karmic hold. They're lovers that usually end up killing each other or doing something horrible. Um, they just won't leave each other alone. Like think of Brian Hooker and Lynette Hooker. Think of Brian Laundrie and Gabby Petito, their karmic relationship. So we're dealing with, and Lord help the person that comes between the two karmics that are learning their own life lesson that they're no good for each other. So the whole, I don't mean to get too philosophical. Philosophical? That's a new word. I can't even say it now because that's too funny. I don't mean to get into a lesson here, but when you see this, this is definitely about two people that have been together for a very long time, and one person is decided that it's death do us part type energy, okay? And it's about a female. So he is saying he knows that there was an offer, right? The one offering it is the queen. The female is offering something to a page. And maybe it was attention, communication, whatever. This is saying there's a young masculine that knows about the stinky offer and maybe told this lover boy over here that's obsessed with this female. And in that, Archangel Michael's saying protection. This is major arcana, major arcana, major arcana, major arcana. This is the deal. This is the most important part of the read. This is saying somebody told this female's guy, about this interest, this attention that Jaden was giving her, or that she was given to Jaden. And they may have been even broke up. But this lover boy back here is obsessed with this female. And in that, it didn't mix well. Archangel Michael, Sagittarius, energy, temperance. And in that, something very, very toxic happened that ended with the oh my gosh moment, which is most likely the death of Nolan. So this would suggest that Nolan knows a lot, not Nolan, I'm sorry, that Javon knows a lot more of the story of what really happened. I'm just going to check the bottom of the deck. Ace of Swords. He has clarity. Yeah. Somebody, yeah, he may have been a witness. Javon may have been a witness to these lovers. He's following his own tuition. He's keeping his mouth shut, which isn't going to help the case, actually, and puts him in more danger. Javon, if you happen to be watching, which is a chance of a snowflake in hell, but if you are, your protection is the law at this point. I know it doesn't sound like it, but yeah, that doesn't look too good. You having all that knowledge and no protection. Woo! Everything's alleged, and in my humble opinion. We're going to take two more questions. Let's go ahead and shake it up. How's everybody doing? You like this deck? It's very colorful. Thank you, Julie. You got the Tower card too? When the part, okay. Gone, not went. Okay. Let me see if there's any questions. If I did pretty good, if I was able to answer the questions, then we'll call it a day for now. Are any of the friends really, truly? Well, and Nikki, I think you asked, I could be wrong. Claudia, I know you asked a question. I like to try to give everybody a chance to ask a question. I know Ruffin did. Lisbon, I do not remember you asking a question, so I'll take your question. Was this bullying gone wrong? As in, did he stand up for himself or others, other boy, and pay for it? All right, let's just get the cards. Was Nolan just being bullied? Was Nolan being bullied for standing up for himself or someone else? Maybe it was the girl. Hold on. Let's see. So we definitely have an exchange with three people. Three people are involved in this. There was an exchange, something was given. We have then the secret exchange that nobody's talking about. Laid to rest. Somebody wanted to lay something to rest to end it because they had put in a lot of time in something. So they had invested a great deal of time in something. But this also is saying, check this out. There's more to this answer than meets the eye. This is saying that there was an exchange of secrets that laid someone to rest and that they were left, buried, planted, staged. Here's why. When you get the Seven of Pentacles in traditional tarot, what you're looking at is divine timing. This person planted the seed. They picked the place. They nurtured it. They did everything they could to grow this money tree. And it hasn't come to full fruition yet. So you have to have this waiting game. When are the pentacles going to be ripe? When you look at it as the true crime tarot, really what you're looking at is a planted situation, a staged setting. And this suggests that Nolan's final resting place was not the original place that something occurred wrong with him. This is staged, this is set up. And the reason also is because we have this person laying on a coffin. They've been laid to rest, they've passed away. Their swords are down, they're in a church, and basically we're awaiting the funeral. And so we definitely have this staged event after somebody passed away with secrets in the exchange. So this doesn't tell me if he stood up for himself as much as it tells me that there was a staging of events. And on the bottom of the deck, we have a messenger that talks about an offer that's very, very toxic about a female. And then they put in their time with this female, and then it all came crashing down. Archangel Michael sends the warning out, saying pull back, withdraw, withdraw, withdraw the energy from the female, who's now thinks she's got her power, she's on her own, she thinks she's good to go. But there's somebody paying attention to this and communicating. Oh my golly. Okay. I'm not going to go that far. I'm just going to let you know that this would suggest that this wasn't just bullying, that there was a lot more to the scenario than just somebody wanting to be a bully. Does Javon know what really happened? That's a good question. We answered. And I think I got all the questions that I'm going to answer today. I think I did all right. I hope I did all right by asking your questions. There's a female definitely involved that's much more important to this case than anybody's talking about, according to the reading. This would suggest that there was a lover of hers that became extremely jealous. Whether they were broke up or not, he was obsessed with this female. And to see her talking or engaging with Nolan may have been more than he was willing to put up with. It is interesting that Javen is saying his friend was having a fight with his girlfriend. And you can even hear, give me back my phone, bitch, right? You can hear that. So is that the fight that the girlfriend and this other dude were having that ended up coming back onto Nolan? I don't know. There's a lot to work through in this case. I by no means have the answers off of just one reading. Unspoken says, well, good question. Java may be more involved than we thought, and it does not look good. A good friend. Something's not quite right there. Tamara says, question, why is his shorts not like the same color of the night? It's dark, in my opinion, Photoshop. Or from a different night, maybe? I don't know. Good question, though. All right, my lovelies, you have been incredible and so supportive. Thank you for the likes, the subscriptions. We're just going through the roof over here. And it's because of your support. We've been covering a lot of different cases, and we're going to be returning to every single one of them. I want to get back into the Siders case. I want to stay on the Nolan Wells case, and we'll keep going. The one thing that rings true here is that the truth has not truly been released as to what happened to Nolan Wells. We've got speculations. We've got an idea that there was an altercation. The mere fact that the friends that had Jaden's phone did not volunteer the phone up. And when they got that phone, there were parts and pieces deleted. That tells me, personally, in my humble opinion, there's far more to the story. And as soon as I know anything, I will update you. I want to thank you all. We didn't get done early, but we started at 11. We normally don't start till 3, so we started 4 hours earlier, and I'm just getting done an hour early. We covered a lot on Nolan Wells. Hopefully it'll do some good. Hopefully our energy being put toward the universe, asking for the truth to come out for Nolan Wells. That's all we want, is the truth. All right, my loves, with that being said, you've been amazing as always, and I greatly appreciate all the support of our channel, and I will see you again very soon. Peace out, my lovelies. I love you to the moon and back, and always and forever. All right, let's see if I can time it. Just like that. I did it! To the dirt I shall return when my eyes are closed. In the shadows, my enemies will think they won, but I am here to stay.